Hello, everybody, and welcome to the DTC Blow and Smoke podcast. My name is Handsome Pierce, and with me always is...
Hi, Candy Randy. I earned that the hard way.
He did.
And of course, behind the board or currently crouching down and operating the camera there is the preacher, Ethan. And we have another special guest. We started a small project here at DTC, which has grown into much more than a small project.
Yeah.
Just a little while ago, Dan McGinnis was the first one on with us, and luck would have it, the gentleman that we mentioned in that is here with us today. Everybody from many, many bands, and we'll get into them. But currently, the Tyler Bills trio, everybody, guess who it is? Tyler Bills.
Tyler motherfucking Bills.
What's up,
baby?
guys? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Or as I think it's on the socials, T-Bills for reals.
That's
Is
right.
that what it is?
Right. Tyler Bills for real.
It's not Twyla, whatever the fuck I came up with the other...
I had so many impersonators. I just had to. That's when you know you made it.
Bills with the two humps.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of the music journey that you've gone through to get to where you are today. Starting, is this your? This isn't your first thing with the Tyler Bills trio. This is
First time in Deadwood.
oh nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is super cool.
Very cool.
Really excited to bring this project to you guys. We've became pretty good friends over the years, especially over this last year. And like Randy said, I had the Denizens of the Deep that played here, and just excited to have a different set list, different energy, something like that. Well, we could go way back.
Yeah,
for a sec. I started playing in a band with my brother, who's 1 year younger than me.
Okay.
And my dad. And Dad was the drummer, the sound guy, the manager. He bought the PA.
Your dad plays drums?
Yeah.
Oh,
serious.
did you know Ethan's a drummer?
I did.
I mean,
I did.
Was it like a Joe Jackson situation, or are we talking a little bit more relaxed on the beatings?
Well, the story would go that we got too good for my dad, so we kicked him out.
Yeah.
I understand how
Get
that
out
can
of here,
happen.
old man.
Right. We were sick and tired of being called the Partridge Family. So, oh my God. The family band just had a bad label to it. But we grew up in Denver, and I was 16. My brother was 15. I remember my first show we played at a bar in Aspen, Colorado. My dad booked us up there, and it was the first time I'd been in a bar. They were still smoking cigarettes.
How old were you at this time?
16.
16. Okay.
Yeah, and it was incredible. And that was like, I remember having to write a report at school the next week, and like I wrote about how I wanted to do that every weekend for the rest of my life, and here we are.
There you go.
So we went through different member changes. Like I said, we kicked my dad out on the drums. We got different musicians, but he was always so much involved.
Did he go willingly, or was it a?
Oh yeah, I think he gave himself so much to do. I mean, he would be outside like polishing the headlights on the old band van, and like, making flash pots, and all living through us. I guess.
Sure. So was he a musician in his younger years as well? Obviously.
Yeah, he played in a bunch of bands in college, and my mom was actually a recording artist, and they were working on some stuff. They were pitching in Nashville and LA, and then they had children.
Yeah, which always fucks things
That
up.
happens. Yeah, that happens.
I mean, I love mine dearly, but
Just really quick, man, I understand. Like, if you wear all the hats, some hats are better than others. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
When I would do it, it's like on drums, Ethan Burmeister. Behind the sound, Ethan Burmeister. You just can't do it all, man.
Yeah.
And so it's like, step out.
I think he knew. Yeah, and he was excited to just. And he was our sound guy. He's behind the board and everything. So, and it was easy to play in bars when your dad is in the band.
Oh, sure.
So
Right,
that helped out a lot.
you got somebody to vouch for you.
We played bars all over Colorado. I remember one of my favorites was in Evergreen. It's called the Little Bear.
Okay.
And it's got, the stage is just covered in decades of bras. And some crustier than others.
At 16, you're like, this is heaven.
I was like, we
There's
made
a
it.
cone one from the 40s. Awesome.
I looked at my brother. I was like, we made it, dude.
This is- yeah.
Some great shows up there. we would eventually get to a point where we wanted to play outside of Colorado, and so my dad started booking us some stuff out in Nebraska, South Dakota.
Yep.
The Sturgis Motorcycle Rally was this like unobtainable thing that we decided that we were going to play the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
Nice.
And we got into Keystone at the Red Garter Saloon, and we would play the pre-rally week. So much fun. I remember I was like 18 at the time, and they asked me, since I was the lead singer frontman, they were like, "Can you MC the Frozen t-shirt contest?"
And how old were you at this point in time?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I was for it, but my dad was like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna MC the Frozen t-shirt contest."
Oh, whooping in.
That's funny.
So he did a great job, and I had this little video camera. I feel like such a perv now. I'm like,
I mean, but you're 18.
My brother and I were, wide-eyed, like,
Yeah,
oh my
right.
gosh. And we'd heard of wet t-shirt contests, but a Frozen t-shirt contest,
Yeah, that's a bit different.
Yeah, very nice.
preferable.
Yeah.
So, note to us, Frozen T-shirt contest, DTC next round.
Yeah. But we're going to have to import the ladies because some of the ones that come in here, I don't care to see it.
I agree.
So did the T-shirts? I'm unfamiliar with this. The T-shirts that like they thaw at some
Yeah,
point.
they roll them up in a roll, and then they freeze them.
Yeah.
They get them wet and freeze them. So the first one to get it thawed and on, wins.
And
They're
to have
topless the whole time.
And to have the headlights pop out.
I thought our listeners might be interested in that.
Yeah.
No, thanks. Thank you for freaking making
There's
that
also-
poignant fucking remark.
There's all sorts of techniques too. You can like rub it in between your legs.
Oh, God.
All these
we had
things.
this.
Are we still talking about t-shirts right now?
We had the designer, graphic designer for CLE cigars come up, Mexican background. He came in for rally, and it was just like a dream come true. Like he bought boots and a black T-shirt for this deal, and they took him out to the Chip, and
Oh, man. You would have thought that he was 16.
dude, Raul got the job of being able to spray down the ladies, and he was dubbed the mayor of Titty Town.
Yeah.
And he thought it was the coolest title ever, right?
take it.
And they said as an artist, he had this special technique with the
Like he was painting a car. That's what the reports that came back to me anyways were.
oh my
It's like-
god, it was seamless, right?
And up and down. So like when you were a kid, did you start playing young, or like when was the first time you had a guitar in your hand, or drums, or keyboard?
Yeah. Obviously grew up in a very musical family, and I was a marching band kid, played a lot of low brass. Parents, gave us piano lessons growing up, and I didn't pick up the guitar till I was about 15.
Okay.
And
You started out like on the sax, or
no, baritone euphonium, super sexy instrument.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Got
Just
laid a lot.
line it
All
up
the bitches right there. Yeah.
I even my senior year, I tried out for the Marine Corps band on euphonium, and they had a gunnery sergeant come into my class, and we did this audition, and then the next day they come and pull me out of class and were like, "Hey, you made it! Like we're gonna go swear you in downtown Denver tonight."
Nice.
I was like, "Oh, hold on, let me
Pump the brakes.
hold on." And at the time, I was playing in bars every weekend,
Right.
and this is in high school, and I was like, "That's kind of what I want to keep doing."
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
really want to. And luck would have it is later on, my band Joe for Nothing, which was the band that my brother and my dad were in. We were average Joes that played for nothing,
Got it.
but the love of playing music,
Yeah.
and for the girls, and we got these two members that were out of the Marine Corps band, and they were stationed in New Orleans, and so they came back, and they were both originally from Colorado too. So we had these two amazing musicians, and that was like when things got hot, and we were a force to be reckoned with.
Very nice.
And we finally got our gig at the Loud American in Sturgis during rally, and we got to come up and show our stuff. And
So that's why you keep that allegiance to this day.
You know, there was a couple years where I didn't play, but I think this last year was like my 18th year
Holy shit.
playing at the Sturgis Motor.
That's really hard when you're only 25.
Yeah, I know. I look good for my age.
You do. You look good for any age.
We'll let them figure out the math.
Yeah.
So-
So carry the one. All right. Good.
So back then, were you writing originals by that time, or were you
Oh,
just all
We were-
originals, or focused on tribute? Or
You
not
know,
tribute shit.
Credit to my dad and building a set list and introducing me to so much classic rock. That kind of led me to blues, and that's one of my favorite things ever, especially playing guitar, playing the blues on the guitar. And so that, you know, he kind of curated the set list, but then my brother and I were like, we like this,
Right.
and it kind of went from there, like the ZZ Top and you know, BTO and just everything. We loved it, and so that helped us get these gigs too. It was great. And yeah, but we were throwing in originals too. I was writing as much as I could. I look back at those songs, I'm like cringe. You know?
I was just gonna ask that.
Sure. So coming up in 10 minutes, the first song Tyler ever wrote.
Dreamy ice shirt girl.
Who was on the playlist like back in the day? Who was super influential to you?
Joe Bonamassa,
Okay.
Eric Clapton, John Mayer.
Wait, Tears in Heaven, or we're talking Lola?
No, I would get every year of his Crossroads DVD, the guitar festival,
Yeah.
and would just study those, and I would get to, you know, discover these new amazing guitarists
Right.
and stuff like that, and then he would always headline and do these amazing like versions of his songs. I Shot the Sheriff and Layla,
Yeah.
and all this stuff. So that stuff was good. I had a lot of other influences. I mean, I like to say I was raised on 80s hair metal and 90s country. So
Pretty much the exact same thing. I have a theory about this.
Okay.
So today's country is 20 years ago rock.
It
Yeah.
is.
And you can pretty much follow that. Add a little bit of twang,
Right.
do a little bit of a low voice,
Yeah.
get a little bit of this,
Yeah.
and you're pretty much fucking there.
So, yeah,
But
so,
it's 20 years, 15 to 20 years ago, rock is today's country.
yep. So Darius Rucker way ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he does both.
He capitalized on each side of that.
He's like, I'm going to take both, please.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about, you said you got up here to play at the Loud American.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I met you, we had heard about you before you came up here. I don't know if you remember. I was in the radio at the time, and there was a little festival that only lasted about 3 years. Lots of reasons why. Big shout out to Dean Kinney and Murdoch Jones and the rest of the crew who still remembers it. And I think, I don't know what the year it was, but it was the Sturgis Loud Fest. We're like, oh, there's this hot band from Colorado coming up, Joe for Nothing.
That's so cool. I think it was like 2011 maybe. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
I do remember that. And we had to go, we could only play one night, and then we had to go up to like Buffalo, and there was literally a tornado that came through, and we were supposed to play in the baseball field, and we were the only ones in there. We set up our stuff on this trailer stage. No one came to talk to us at all. They knew what we were doing or whatever. But I remember tragically like sitting in the band van and watching the storm come through and just tear all of our stuff apart.
Oh, shit.
It was crazy. And we were like, we would take shifts and we would run out and we would hold the tarps down as much as we could. And, that was our first experience with the South Dakota weather and
Yeah, good times,
playing
good
in
times.
the summertime.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. Well, it did that at Loudfest too. I think the second or third year we got that massive storm, and I swear I was going to die in a borrowed trailer out there. Well, that was a good time.
Good time.
Or as Doc calls it, the easiest way to lose 50 grand.
Yes.
But it was a great festival. You were on that. Of course, there was a little band on that bill that named Judd Hoos, I believe, at the time.
That was the first time I met them. Yeah.
That's called a transition,
Great
everybody.
segue.
That is a great transition.
Sexy. Yes. And so the days of Joe for Nothing were numbered, and I remember getting a call from and we got taken on by Home Slice Management
Oh, nice.
and they were helping us with the booking to do South Dakota and Nebraska shows and stuff like that. And then they got word that our two Marine Corps band members, they're, great guys, but they were sick of my dad having so much control of the band. There was a lot of power issues. Anyways, they were going to make this power play and they were going to quit. And then we got a wind that Judd Hoos, Andy from the band calls me and he's like, hey, so we're looking for a guitar player, singer, kind of like you. Do you know anybody?
Kind of like me, or exactly me.
By the end of it, the phone call, he's like, hey, yeah, we're kind of wondering if you would be interested in joining this band. And I was like, well, yes, but I've been doing this thing with my brother and I can't leave him. So we're a package deal. And they were like, all right, we'll talk about it. We'll let you know in the morning. The next day, find out, yep, we're good. So my brother Devin and I move up to Sturgis. We live in the Super 8 for a month and a half. And we're rehearsing with these guys like every other day, learning their set list. And we would go on to, be in Judd Hoos and this super lineup, because there was another lead singer, Bob Zwart.
Okay.
And so we basically split the set and we'd sing like 50-50 basically, like lead stuff. And those were some of the most fun years I had in Judd Hoos, because there was times where I wasn't singing, where I could just play guitar and just having a great time. Early 20s, awesome, awesome, good time. Touring all over, doing street dances, which I had never heard of.
Yeah.
I was like, what is a street dance? And they closed the street down and everyone
excuse to
drinks
drink.
and dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome.
I know what street dances are in the music world. A very, very good paycheck.
And so that happened for over a decade. I was in Judd Hoos. We were doing 160, 180 shows a year. And I eventually would take over for Bob. Bob left the band. And Andy and I were writing like crazy. And so that was kind of pushed out the let's be the best party cover band to, I think we got something. Let's try this original thing. And would lead me to have some amazing opportunities that we got to open up for some really cool bands. Third Eye Blind, Billy Idol at the North Dakota State Fair. That was incredible. And we got to go do this TV show called American Song Contest. It was on NBC. Very similar to The Voice. It was actually shot in the same studio, which was really neat to be able to see where that stuff and how that happens. And we killed it. It was great. Every state got to have an artist represent them with an original song. And met Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg. And
How well did you meet Snoop?
let's just say he was a little off put by 5 white dudes from South Dakota. I did get to shake his hand, and I just remember his fingers are so long, and they wrapped around my hand, and I just thought, how many joints and blunts he's rolled with these fingers.
Until he got to the point where he hired just somebody to do that for him.
Yeah.
At all times.
That'd be nice.
John, join. You're like, God damn it, dude. Fucking slow the puck down.
And it was weird. He hung out with all the girls on the show. That's a lot strange. More for some reason.
I don't know how that works. Yeah.
But that was an incredible experience. It was really cool to see how a reality TV show kind of like works like that.
Is your NDA over? Can you tell us the real story? Is it real at all?
It was. Yeah, it wasn't. It was no NDA, and I will say that they had figured it out before anybody ever got there.
They're like, you're going to get in a fight on stage with this guy at this time.
Well, and it was crazy that I was like one of 8 artists out of the 50-something people that actually sang live. Most of the artists just tracked their vocals.
Oh, wow.
And I remember this duo that was going on before us. Great people, loved them, but they were like, Tyler, we're so nervous. Like, are you nervous? And I was like, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but it's gonna be fine. It'll be cool. But I'm thinking, like, why are they nervous? Like, they're just gonna go do a little dance and, and pretend to sing. Like,
yeah,
what's there to mess up? You guys got it. And I remember they did this silly choreography thing where I held this fake microphone and I looked into the camera and I had to hold it and sing the intro of the song because there was this like AM radio effect on the beginning. So that was tracked. But I'm looking at the camera facing the other side of the stage, and I had to time it out just perfectly where I turn around to the microphone with the live mic. And they had this guy crouching right next to me with only like a 5-foot long mic cable.
Wow.
And during rehearsal, they're like, Tyler, just drop the mic. I was like, it goes against everything I've ever done to just drop this microphone. They're just like, yeah, just drop it. Like, be a rock star, you know?
Yeah.
And if I look back, I watched that video and I'm like, I still like kind of just slide it down. I can't just drop it. But the guy just pulls it away really fast. One other really cool story of that was that we gave them a backline of what instruments we wanted to play, even though all the band wasn't playing. The only thing live was the vocals. So the cymbals are like, there's like 3 cymbals super glued together, and they don't even make a sound.
Yeah.
But they gave me the guitar I wanted. It was this like black, like $6,000 Gibson Les Paul, like my dream guitar. It was amazing. It was amazing. So we're going through our first rehearsal, and all of a sudden the strap lock gives out and it crashes to the ground.
Oh, shit.
And I had like 12 stage guys just go right around me, and are like, are you okay? And they're picking up the guitar and stuff. And so the next time I show up to rehearsal, they
Here's your Epiphone.
They give me the guitar, but it's duct taped to the strap. Like, it's not going anywhere this time.
That's fucking awesome.
It was awesome.
So what kind of, obviously you're on a national TV show with that band. What kind of a bump did you see in that? Did your routing get better, bigger venues, a little bit more money for everybody? Or was it worth the time and the effort to go out and do all that?
You know, it didn't. We didn't have a lot come out of it, actually. You would think so. And I was really banking on it. Right. I was like, man, if we could get like some national management or something. I think, perception out of anything, people were like, oh, Judd Hoos is an original band.
Right.
Like, let's take them seriously. And so I think locally we got more out of it.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt that it was resume candy, and we got some tours out of it. Like, we went on opening tour with Buck Cherry and Puddle of Mud, and so we did some really cool things still. Right. But man, that putting out original music is a grind. Like, you guys know, putting out this podcast and getting people to be engaged, and
we're still working on that part.
It's really hard. Yeah. I giving people, trying to get them to give a shit about it, it's really tricky. And so I had this other band called Denizens of the Deep in my last, and so long story short, I left Judd Hoos at the end of last summer.
Yep.
To pursue my own Tyler Bill's career. And like you guys have heard throughout this last 30 minutes, I've always been a band guy. I never felt the need to have my name up on anything. I was like, I'm cool with just being the band guy. But then I was like, wait, I kind of want some ownership over this. And it came to be where I still get goosebumps even up the stairs when my name is on the marquee up there. I still am like, wait, what? Like, that's crazy to me, So this last year's been an incredible experience of doing that. I never got to do the solo acoustic thing, and that was something I really wanted to pursue. Obviously, I love playing with a bass player and drums too much, so the trio was born. And then Denizens was this thing while I was still in Judd Hoos, where I could go on a Sunday afternoon and get together with my friends. We'd have some beers and just relax and jam, like in my friend's living room, and no expectations, no agenda. And it was so liberating and free. And so that became,
especially after 11 years with Judd,
and that was a very serious project. Everyone had to be on their game all the time, and which was good. So Denizens was this thing, and then all of a sudden this last summer, Denizens was like, hey, we're going to play the Deadwood Blues Festival. Hey, we're going to do the Deadwood Jam. We did this huge festival out in Gillette called Donkey Creek Fest, and it was like we were getting some serious bookings, and I was like, wow, this could be something. And it was, I envy the identity of it, because that's something that people can grab onto. Is like anybody can just play a bunch of covers or play music, but you want that like sexy angle,
right?
So Denizens gave me that, and it's been tricky with my drummer living in Gillette and dynamics and trying to keep it. So we don't have any other shows for the rest of the year right now, but we're planning on a really big summer next year.
Very nice.
And it's a really, really fun band. Obviously, we book you upstairs specifically with that band for some of our biggest events, because it's kind of it's definitely genre bending.
Yes.
So like you said, you played the Blues Fest, and when we build as a Blues Fest, something like
the Blues Fest.
if you like your blues with a heavy dose of funk and groove, but then Deadwood Jam, which is in its core a jam band festival that also has other genres, you guys fit right in there. So when you're just around hanging out, having some munchies and whatever, how did you guys define it? Or are you just like, this is music we like?
Both. It was music that we all enjoyed and had been influenced by. But also you could get a little bit of something out of everybody. The lineup this last year was just incredible. I can't wait to see what you guys do next year. But the blues is so ever expanding, because you can have a little country with some blues in it, like you said, the funk and the soul, and there's so many different kinds. There's just straight up shredding blues like Joe Bonamassa, so it served everybody really well.
So to kind of switch gears just a titch,
Yeah.
Do you think that like doing the Tyler Bills trio is a little bit of age and coming into your own as well? Like you're to the age now that you feel comfortable putting your name on the marquee, and you feel comfortable, because you can have a band and you can grow together, but the accomplishment of your name, this is on you, you're taking on this whole project. Is that kind of something that just came with age, do you think?
Yeah, and experience,
right?
With all the Judd Who stuff, and as you were saying that, I was like, I've never thought of that, but you're right. Like that is what's happening right now. Yeah, I just have some pride in this and ownership, and I really like the guys that I'm playing with.
Right.
Go ahead and give him a shout out too. I know.
Mr. Mike Grosick.
Yep.
On the drums. He's a handyman. He played drums for Brandon Jones. He was the Judd Who sound guy for years, so we have a lot of road experience together, and we're actually starting a sound company together.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Awesome.
About that.
But you're not going to use that gear from Buffalo for the baseball field. Not using that gear.
No, that's still wet.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Mr. Chase Hughesby on the bass. I like to say we're the bastard children of Brandon Jones and Judd Hoos, because we just kind of all left those bands and came together to be the Tyler Bills Trio. So
right.
It's
well, and I'm guessing that much time with like how many people were in Judd Hoos? Like
a million.
Sometimes 6 or 7. Yeah.
So to be kind of, it's almost like growing up in a big family, right?
Yeah.
You don't really have your own identity because it's the family identity.
Absolutely.
You started off as a family band, you go into Judd Hoos, then you're going into Denison. So you've always got this family part of you.
Right.
And then you grow into a little bit more of I have a legacy. I'm pretty fucking good. I can do this, and enter into it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing, like if you're doing Denisons, you're doing the Tyler Bills Trio. Are you doing any crossover with your original music? Like, are you just like Denisons is Denisons, Bills Trio is Bills Trio, or is it kind of a crossover where you can? Because you're obviously
great question. I've definitely tried to keep it separate. I've curated these set lists, so if you hire Denizens, you're gonna expect this, and it's gonna be this, and then if you hire the trio, it's gonna be this. It's inevitable to have some crossover because there's some originals that I'm just like,
Right.
Well, I'm going to play them. If I get to be on stage, I want to play these
Yeah.
songs. But yeah, it's been really fun. This trio has a little bit more of a country twist to it. And I'm kind of branding it towards that. I feel like that's really marketable right now. There's a lot of places in South Dakota that
for sure.
that like that country market. So we just played a show in Sioux City at a country only bar. I was very nervous about it, but I was like, we're just gonna go do it, because we only play like 3 country songs. But we got there, and we did great. We already got hired back for a private party in January. It's gonna be great. But I was like nervous, but music is music.
Sure.
And people like it if it's good.
Right. Speaking of country, I know that you have done a few shows, hopefully more when the summertime arrives, in a project with Minnesota's own Kat Perkins.
Hey,
yeah.
right
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So busy. So I got to remind him. Shit, where's my 10%?
Yeah, we're not doing shit but watching you, buddy.
Yes. So if anyone's familiar with Hairball, this was like the same kind of format, but it's a country vibe. So there's a really badass house band with like 4 or 5 different singers that come out and take on these personalities of the singer, and so there's costumes. And I got hired on to be Morgan Wallen and Kid Rock, and it was a blast. And
Nice.
it was one of the first shows I did was last September, and it was like the month I was leaving Judd Hoos. And it really was an eye-opener to me. That was like, I had tried so hard, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, to be an original artist, and it was like, what's the big deal about being in a cover band or tribute band or anything like that? It's like, I'm not one to judge anybody on if you want to go play music in any way that you can do it and make money and or be happy. And so it was super fun and liberating. And even though I was like pretending to be somebody else on stage, it was a blast. We did the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, and we did a lot of shows out in Minneapolis. It opened up that routing, so now I'm doing some shows out there in Minneapolis.
Very nice.
With friends, yeah.
I got one more point to kind of make before we wrap it up and let you strum a couple of tunes for us.
All right.
I kind of admire when you come in. You always have this energy around you. You're a very positive person. It's always like an optimistic flow that you have. I don't know if you always are or not, or if you're just emanating that as I'm Tyler Bills. Hey, how's it going, guys? Let's have fucking fun tonight. To get you in the mindset, is it like that a lot of the time, or is it just kind of one of those things where I'm walking in here, it's going to be better if I'm positively thinking as I walk into a place, putting on your costumes and putting the things on the stage that you always put on there, just making it a fun environment for everybody else. Like, I just kind of want to know, like, your mindset walking in, is that something that you kind of have to curate sometimes, or is it just kind of a natural flow by now?
Handsome with the good questions.
Listen,
All right.
man, this is you didn't know you were coming on inside the artist studio.
Yeah.
Well, normally you are my bartender, so I'm usually really happy to see you.
Well, yeah. That's kind of where I'm coming from.
I take pride in being a very positive person. But any day that I get to go play a show, it's like you're seeing me in my happiest form. Sure. I love performing, and I love making people happy with my music, and I also love being a Deadwood Tobacco. And like I said in the beginning, like the relationships that I've made with you guys over the last year or two, it's been really awesome. I mean, you guys are my friends, so I really appreciate that.
Here's a quarter for the plug. Thanks.
Hey, I'll trade you. This is a good guitar pick.
Guitar pick. Yeah.
There we go.
Suck it, Randy.
Okay. Well, then pass me Dan McGinnis's. He left it.
I saw those. Speaking of, we do have a mutual friend, Dan McGinnis, and what was really neat is that he did his episode maybe like however long ago.
Yeah.
And on his way down from Deadwood, I got to meet him and have a beer. And
He does enjoy a
catch up.
beer. Yeah.
Well, and it was so cool. But I remember meeting my wife and I meeting him, and we didn't know who he was. And we met him at the Spearfish Creek Wine Bar, and it was like we were just started talking, and we were friendly. And then we were friends for a long time before either of us knew that we were musicians.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
Dude's legit.
That
man. He's
makes-
been everywhere.
yeah.
Done everything.
Yeah, and that made the relationship, even better because once we did find out that we do very similar things, I was like, oh my gosh. So he's been kind of a mentor and a really good friend. I was on tour with this band called the Wild Feathers in Chicago, and he was in town, and I had a whole day to do whatever we wanted, and he took me on this tour. Showed me all these guitar shops and this everything, the parks, and it was incredible. And I even thanked him again when I saw him this last week. But shout out Dan McGinnis, what an incredible human being. But glad that we all get to know him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what else? Not to shit on Dan.
No, I did want to mention him.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyways,
absolutely.
fuck that guy. You're here now.
Exactly. So outside of music, obviously, you play as many gigs as you'd care to. I have a feeling that you're not in any shortage of offers out there, but that doesn't mean you don't have a lot of other time on your hands other than writing and being creative. What's a day like for Tyler? What do you like to do? How do you relieve stress? How do you enjoy life?
I love being outside. I'm a huge snowboarder. I might like snowboarding more than playing music, but I can't do that all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this season to start. Maybe someday. We don't know. With the 60-degree weather, I don't
I was
know.
gonna say it was like 74.
But the Black Hills are such a great place to live if you like being outside. There's so many hikes and Spearfish Canyon. I like me a craft beer, and there's a lot of great craft breweries in the hills. And I also like to tint windows. I work at on the side. I like to.
Did not have that on the bingo card.
Nope, not at all.
So if anyone needs any windows tinted in your car or your house,
Yeah, nice.
let me know.
That's why the Tyler Bills Trio tour van is completely pimped, man.
Oh yeah, we got 5% on there. Yeah, you can't see it.
That's great. I did not know that.
Just a couple of extras really quick, man. So when you foundationally, were you just a guitar guy? Like, was that what you studied, what you rehearsed, what you practiced at, or was it vocally, or were you trying to be well-rounded?
Great, another great question. I started just writing on guitar, never thinking that I wanted to play lead guitar, and then I was getting into that blues stuff, and I was like, I want to be I still want to be the best guitar player, and it's this, I don't know what drives it, but I just love playing guitar, and I want to be the best at it that I can be, and I sing. So people put me in the front, and I'm supposed to sing, and I do love singing, no doubt about it. And I want to be the best.
All that stuff.
No, I just sang, and got better at it as do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I always wished that I could just be a lead guitar player in a band.
Did you consciously study guitar, or was it just like,
Oh yeah,
I just do it, man. I just got better.
I mean, I got every magazine of Guitar World, and I was like, watching YouTube videos and those Eric Clapton Crossroads.
Yeah.
I was deep into it for sure.
Interesting.
And I took lessons for a little while, and he was a mentor. And then I ended up playing shows with his band, which was really cool in Denver and stuff. So. But yeah, I love them both. If I had to pick, I couldn't. Well, I would pick guitar.
Yeah, there you go. It's like my two children. This one, just a touch more.
Actually, yeah.
I've just got one more before you play.
I got one after
because you got to go.
One
You got to
more.
go
So three
somewhere.
more. Yeah.
Got to go somewhere and play. So, and you've got a wide experience from starting off in a family band, mostly in Colorado, transitioning that into Judd Who, some national television experience, now working at least part-time on a few gigs with this huge tribute band. I'd like to hear your worst gig experience. I don't know what it is. You know, the band didn't pay, the PA was sure, the venue didn't pay, the PA was shit, and your absolute best for whatever reason.
Ooh, okay. Worst gig. The first thing comes to mind, we were playing a fair out East River, and it was packed during the day when we were setting up, and we were on a trailer stage, kind of street dance style. Well, the promoters wanted everyone to leave, and then they were going to charge everyone to come back in, and so then no one comes in.
Right.
Well, and we had power problems all day, and me and the guys are just sucking down IPAs all day. And by the end of the night, there's no one in the crowd, and everyone on stage is pretty shit-faced. And I remember looking over at the bass player, and we're doing our last song, and he does these crazy like back bends. He's pretty famous for them. And I'm looking over, and I run over to him, and I'm like in his face, and he falls down, and then I fall down on top of him. Super cool.
Very nice.
Super cool. That was a bad.
Wait. Oh, okay, that was
a
one.
bad
Okay.
gig.
Okay. I didn't know if that was the good one or not.
And then I would say the best gig experience I ever had was that Billy Idol show in North Dakota. I mean, I just was like ferocious. I really proud of my performance, and then all of a sudden, you know, we sold out of merch afterwards, and I remember walking through the crowd and taking pictures with like over 100 people.
Oh, nice.
People were just kept stopping me, and it's not a brag. It was just a
Sure.
It was like a.
It's got to feel like a fulfillment.
Yeah, I was like, we're doing something right,
Right.
because all these people thought it was really good.
Yeah.
And even to the point of we were doing our last song, and Billy Idol's guy came out and said, "Cut him."
Oh, yeah.
And I like to think it's because we were killing it.
Yeah.
There's no way that the opening band's going to be better than Billy Idol.
Exactly. And just to bring it kind of full circle, Dan McGinnis has a really good Billy Idol when he was on tour with the big band in Australia. So you should ask him about it sometime.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Billy Idol connecting South Dakota Black Hills musicians, just like that.
It's almost like a white wedding. That was horrible. That wasn't even context.
That's going on.
worthy. That was. Can you cut that shit, please?
Can you believe you paid $5 for that shit?
Yeah, exactly. Mine is kind of piggybacking off of Preacher's last question. I know that you really enjoy the guitar more than singing, or I mean, you know, two babies, different moms. But when you're out and about, or when you're writing, do you write music first, lyrics next? Where's your muse at with each one? Is it you have an idea, you jot it down real quick so you don't forget it, or is it like, I'm going to sit down in this room by myself, you know, light some incense and then go at it? What kind of deal is that?
Right. Songwriting process, a lot of time voice memos, man. Like, I'm driving, I get most of my song ideas right before I go to sleep. So I'll get up and sing into my phone like half asleep, and normally they're not very good recordings, but
Right.
I have an idea. I love writing the music first and then writing lyrics. Sometimes I'll have lyric ideas and they go with something, but a lot of the times we get together with the guys, and we'll just play a chord progression, and I'll just start singing some gibberish.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back and I'll write words to it. But especially Denizens, that was definitally how that worked for sure.
A collaborative effort of some sort.
I don't know if I should have said anything while we were rehearsing.
At this point in your career, man, what does it look like in 20 years? What would be like culmination phase? You doing what you feel like you were made to do. What does that look like?
Tour bus.
Okay.
Playing, independent artist kind of thing, doing my own thing.
Yep.
maybe opening for people, but maybe headlining my own shows. I'm not looking at like arenas. I'm like just theaters, that intimate vibe with people. And just connecting with a wider audience and playing music with my friends, and hopefully making a career out of it still, like, and getting paid to do it.
Do you love being in the studio, like crafting the song, or are you a stage guy, man, like live performance?
Both.
Yeah?
I actually,
Okay.
the trio was actually in the studio last night, and we're recording 2 new songs, which are coming out this next year.
Nice.
And gosh, I have so much fun in the studio. I'm so creative and I love it. But at the same time, being on stage, I feel like I can put on my Superman cape.
I would assume it's kind of 2 different beasts, though, because when you're on stage, you got your set list, you're going through, you might do an offhand joke here and there, keep the flow going. But when you're in the studio, you can fucking time out. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me tweak this real quick. All right, let's fucking try it again from the top. And then you can kind of watch it build and get better as it goes, I would assume, anyways.
Totally. And these 2 new songs are the first 2 songs that I've ever done all the guitar work on, because everything in Jed Hoos, I had another guitar player, and he was incredible, so he took a lot of that stuff, and I was the singer. So last night I did everything in one take. And I was like,
nice.
I didn't think I was gonna do it, and it was really cool. So I'm built for both of them, baby.
Awesome. Well, I think we got a couple of tunes coming up, and then a full set up on the Deadwood Tobacco Company. Make sure you check that out. We're going to have it online here for you a little bit. And make sure you, socials, Tyler, plug them all. Where can they find you?
TylerBillsMusic.com or TylerBills.com. Tyler Bills Music on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having me. You guys are awesome.
Well, from all of us here at Deadwood Tobacco Company, Blow and Smoke Podcast, thanks for tuning in. We'll have more artists, more brewers, and more fucking cigar content coming your way. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys.
This one's called No Pain, No Change. It's time for some change now. Too long stuck in my ways now. The sink is full of dirty dishes, getting too big for my britches. We're marching in a parade, but we ain't got it made. Until you march to your own beat, keep moving your own feet. Motivation, desperation, are you feeling it yet? Time is just right, make sure you get what you came here to get. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. Got my heart in the game. No pain, no change. No pain, no change. Grab your friends, take them by the hand. Come on down to Ryan's Funky Wonderland. Walk through the door, take off your shoes. Get on down to our funk and blues. Get a little more, little side to side. Let the DOD take you for a ride. Rhythm is hot and that's what you like. We're having fun with our friends tonight. Got a case of the Sunday Munchies. Got a case of the Sunday Crunchies. Got a case of the Sunday Munchies. Got a case of the Sunday Crunchies. Oh yeah.